Hey folks, I've got a video clip here for you, which is nothing but good news. I'm talking about Chris Christie dropping out of the race. One less Rhino Trump hating contender on the ticket for the 2024 ballot. That is good news. I can't wait for Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley to bow out too, so it is only left for Trump 2024. You know what I'm talking about, folks. He's going to be the only one in the primary race when it's all said and done. In the meantime, we've got to deal with these idiots. Now, I got a little clip for you here. Chris Christie, he talks a little bit of trash about Nikki Haley. Starts to say something about Ron DeSantis, and the clip gets cut short. So, no telling what he actually said there. So, we'll find that out probably at a later date with a little more disclosure when that time comes. But I do want to let you know Hunter Biden has made the biggest news story of the day today with his showing up in Congress to thumb his nose at everybody there. He says, I don't have to show up for my subpoena. I can stand outside the Capitol for 3 weeks ago and talk shit about the Congress, but not actually show up inside to actually answer questions like a deposition. He did it then. He thumbed his nose at him. Today, he shows up with his drug addict friend, art buyer slash financier, the guy that's bailed him out of a couple of his tax issues, the crazy dude from California, and one of his lawyers. They showed up at none other place than in Congress. They sat in Congress to listen to the charges of his contempt of court charges, which was actually decided today that they will hold Hunter Biden in contempt of Congress. It's a done deal. They decided on it. Him showing up being a smug ass with his lawyer and his drug addict buddy, and thought that he would get up there and just watch the whole proceedings, show up, but not have to show up and answer questions. That was a little bit of this number. And some of the congressmen, like Nancy Mace, called him out and said, this guy ought to be locked up right now while we got him on the premises. Let's go ahead and file these contempt of Congress charges and get him while he's on the premises with the Capitol Police. That would be the ideal way to say, okay, you want to show up here and basically say you're immune. And that's basically what it was. He was basically saying, I've got Joe Biden, my daddy, and the 3-letter agencies on my side, so I ain't worried about shit. So I'm going to come up here and just show y'all that I can be an observer in my own trial and not actually have to show up. That's the big old double-barrel middle fingers to the American people, to Congress, and any Republican that thinks that this is a serious issue. It's a slap in the face. There's no doubt about it. I listened to Stinchfield earlier. I listened to him for a long time on Newsmax. He got nuked off Newsmax because he refused to trash Tucker Carlson while he was still on Fox, and so they let him go behind that. Kind of offended me about Newsmax, but I still like Stinchfield because he is a calls balls and strikes just the way he sees it kind of guy, and I like that about him. Not all journalists and reporters have that. A lot of them will copycat, parrot the narrative, or just become a complete sellout. Somebody that, like Tucker Carlson or even Stinchfield, that is willing to do whatever it takes to get the story out, including getting fired. Those are the real heroes. Those are the real journalists. Those are the people that actually care about our country. Those are the people that want the truth, no matter what the cost. And that's why I watched Stinchfield. That's one of the main reasons. Same way with Dan Bongino. If you've been canceled, you've been censored, you've had the deep state come after you in one way or another, behind the fact that you're producing the truth, like James O'Keefe, Project Veritas, so many different groups, Heritage Foundation, that just out there plugging away, Gateway Pundit, out there plugging away to get to the bottom of things. Those are the people that are most prosecuted by the government at this point. And I know I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here, but those are the people that are making a difference in this country today. What Chris Christie has to say about Nikki Haley, because it's the truth. That's what makes it funny. For me, anyway, folks. Lots to get into. Stick around. Maybe a little bit longer of a video than normal, but truth be known, nothing but good stuff here. Like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already, folks. Let's go ahead and get it done. Smash them buttons. And here goes the audio of Chris Christie talking shit, caught on hot mic, running his mouth about the candidates. And if you don't already know, folks, tonight we're having Trump on Fox doing an interview, and you're having Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, I believe it's in Iowa, butting heads in a debate. And Vivek Ramaswamy is going to be broadcast as well on one of the major networks. So it looks like 4 of the 5, well, Chris Christie's out now, so all 4 of the Republican contenders are going to be on television tonight doing some kind of live conversation, interview, debate. So if you're interested, go check it out ASAP.
May I present to you my spy in the Ministry of Defense? Fat bastard.
Well, when you give land to China and places like that.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, she spent $68 million so far, just on TV.
Now, this is Chris Christie's voice. Recognize the voice.
Spent $68 million so far, $59 million by DeSantis, and we spent 12. I mean, who's punching above their weight and who's getting a return on their investment, you know? And she's going to get smoked. And you and I both know it. She's not up to this.
She hasn't even been. She's still 20 points behind Trump.
Talking about Nikki Haley, Chris Christie is saying, look at the money they both spent compared to what I've spent, compared to the percentages of the number of people that I've got to follow me versus the other 2 clowns, Haley and DeSantis. It's clear she's going to get smoked. Even though the media will prop up Nikki Haley as being this close to catching Trump and even passing Trump in some states. It's going to happen, folks. Don't believe it. It's all propaganda. It's going to happen. We're going to have MSNBC and CNN saying Nikki Haley is ahead in 3 states today by the recent polls of Axios and Rasmussen. All fabrication. It's coming, folks. They're going already in process of propping Nikki Haley up as the one. DeSantis is falling by the wayside. Chris Christie is out. Vivek support is the same people that would support Trump before Vivek. So Vivek is kind of stuck in this quagmire of if Trump wasn't in the race, Vivek would be the top contender. But since Trump is in the race, if you like Vivek's policies, you're probably voting for Trump. And that's the truth of the matter. So that's what it is as far as the situation. And I'll go ahead and play you the rest of this video before we jump into something else.
Sure, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's still going to carry out, right?
Yes. Oh, I talked to DeSantis called me, petrified that I would.
He's probably getting out after Iowa.
Well,
The clip cut short right there, but Chris Christie says, DeSantis called me terrified. Terrified about what? If they can't beat Trump? Between the 4 of them, if they all backed one of the 4 candidates, all 4 of them threw all of their candidates and their endorsements at, say, Nikki Haley, do they think it would be enough to beat Trump? The answer is no. Trump's over the 50% mark, and there's no doubt about it. He's up in the 60% mark in most states, and it looks like in all the swing states, Trump is ahead. And for more reason than anything, open borders and Biden's stance on the Hamas-Israel situation, and the fact they see, the American people see, no matter whether you're Democrat or Republican, the American people see that our government today is treating victims like criminals and treating criminals like victims. And you see that with the J6. You see it the way they're treating Trump. You see it with the fake Russia collusion hoax. You see it with the cover-up of the laptop. The American people are not stupid. Even though some of them are still watching MSNBC and CNN and reading Associated Press and New York Times, at one point, people's brains start working again. And they realize that not everything they're reading, seeing, watching can be the truth. And so I think we're in the middle of a great awakening, folks, that is unlike we've had in the past, with the exception of Ronald Reagan, when he took the entire country red, every state red, in a landslide. I think it's coming back. I think it's going to go that way. And I think it's not for the fact that so many people love Trump, because there's plenty of that, but because of the fact that so many people love Trump, so many people love America, and so many people hate the way the Biden administration has treated this country. That's going to be the deciding factor for this election, folks. Nothing else. Now let's go ahead and get into this last clip here, folks, and I'll get out of here. Call it a day. Bear with me, folks. I lost my feed. Now, if you don't know who Greg Stinchfield is, he is actually a really great commentator. He is a no-holds-barred, truth kind of telling guy. He does have a big channel over on Rumble. And like I said, he was a Newsmax commentator for a long time. And I think he's a real journalist. He's the real deal. Now let's go ahead and get into this together.
A great idea. Midas Gold Group, a great idea. Midas Congress bit sooner than we did. So let's get right to the audio. And then I'm going to tell you how he's got a mainstream media that's on his side. Republicans that are known as weak. So you had Republicans calling Hunter Biden a coward when he stormed out of Congress, but he's not really a coward. I believe the cowards are the Republicans who failed to arrest him.
Yes,
the cowards are that we didn't take up this contempt of Congress bit sooner than we did.
I agree.
So let's get right to the audio. And then I'm going to tell you how all of this should have gone down. Okay? How it should have been handled, because Republicans handle everything wrong from a public relations standpoint. They allow the Democrats to win the arguments in the court of public opinion. We've got to stop with this now.
When I heard that, watching this video, I said, I got to bring this to my listeners. I couldn't have said it any better. It's a fact. It's one of the fallacies, one of the flaws of the Republican Party. They're weak-minded. Don't want they're the one in the relationship that don't want confrontation, so they're willing to get run over in order for things to continue. And not all Republicans are that way. We have some that have stood up and grown up and have the balls and fortitude to fight for our country. And a good part of those are women, believe it or not. Representatives in the Senate and in the House. But truth be known, the Republicans need to grow a pair, and get their shit together. And when I see somebody calling it out, I agree. I couldn't have said it better. So I just brought y'all a couple clips from Stinchfield, a couple of short clips from Fox as to what actually happened today. Nancy Mace and Marjorie Taylor Greene and a couple other Republicans did their best to get some shots in on Hunter Biden while he showed up, but didn't actually show up to answer questions. He showed up as an audience member versus the one that should have by now come before our Congress and be willing to sit down for an investigation, inquiry, otherwise known as an interrogation, some kind of deposition, something of that nature. He wasn't going to do it behind closed doors because he can't answer all the questions. He don't know all the questions that they're going to be throwing at him, so he don't have all the answers pre-planned with a lawyer there to back him up, so he's never going to do that. So it is what it is.
nonsense. So this is the beginning of this.
We would
Your time's expired.
We
Do
would have
any-
loved that.
Do
kind
any
of
other
compliance.
members wish to be heard? Chair recognizes Ms. Mace from South Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Chairman Comer. First of all, my first question is who bribed Hunter Biden to be here today? That's my first question. Second question, you are the epitome of white privilege, coming into the Oversight Committee, spitting in our face, ignoring a congressional subpoena to be deposed. What are you afraid of? You have no balls to come up here and...
Mr. Chairman, point of inquiry.
Mr. Chairman,
All right, so Nancy Mace says Hunter Biden has no balls. Well, I actually would argue you have some set of balls. I mean, you got huge cojones.
If he's not going to show up to answer questions, but he's going to show up outside the building weeks ago, show up inside the building today, and still not going to show up to answer questions, yeah, this is a big double-barrel middle finger, as Bongino would say. This is probably what he was advised to do, not just by his lawyers, but by his dad, Joe Biden. That way, it's more of a shit show, makes him look like the victim, makes it look like the Republicans don't know what they're doing or how to control the scene or how to fix the problem when somebody's going, fuck you, pardon my French. And so it makes the Republican Party look weak on every level, and I really hate it. It's a sad situation, but he played his cards kind of like Trump would have played them. If you accuse Trump of something and he wanted to deal with it before he went and dealt with it in court, he would show up and go, this is my story and I'm sticking to it. And basically that's what Hunter's done. Hunter has said, I don't got to answer questions for y'all. I don't have to tolerate y'all. I can show up, be in the same room with y'all, but y'all can't force me to do anything. Contempt don't mean nothing to me. I got the government on my side. That's what's really going on. This was about public opinion realizing Hunter's either the victim or so protected that y'all better not F with him. Either way, the message is horrible. So let's get back into it.
And then when it gets a little heat comes on, storm out of Congress. I will still say that Nancy Mace did a very good job.
Ladies recognize.
If the gentle lady wants to hear from Hunter Biden, we can hear from him right now, Mr. Chairman. Let's take a vote and hear from Hunter Biden. What are you afraid of?
Hold on. Order.
Are women allowed to speak in here or no? Are women allowed to speak in here or no? Because you keep interrupting me.
So, I mean, this turns into a total clown show. First off, I'm surprised Nancy Mace goes down the road of are women allowed to speak and plays the Democrats, a woman, a man, or whatever. Look, it has nothing to do with that. I do think maybe she was calling attention to the hypocrisy of Democrats, right?
That's a fact. That's exactly what that was about.
But in the end, there's a lot of interrupting. Nobody knows what to do. Everybody's worried about how they're going to look. Now everybody's trying to put on a show because you're in front of Hunter Biden. You know it's going to be the lead story on every newscast tonight. It will on my Real America's Voice show. I changed my podcast around today just so I could cover this story because I knew it was going to be big.
I'll interrupt the chairman. I don't know that he's a lady.
I think that that Hunter Biden should be arrested right here, right now, and go straight to jail. Our nation is founded on the rule of law.
Come on.
And the premise that the law applies equally to everyone, no matter what your last.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
All right, so Nancy Mace is 100% correct.
She is 100% correct, but she's asking the Capitol Police, controlled by the mayor of D.C., Bowser, and Nancy Pelosi, or I guess would be now Mike Johnson. Speaker of the House controls the Capitol Police's security and access and information in so many ways. Technically, Mike Johnson could sic the Capitol Police on her or on him, Hunter Biden, but only after they declare that he is in contempt of court and the proceedings have been filed as just like a true bill on an indictment in in the legal world. If they had done that before Hunter disappeared today, they could have snatched him up inside the building. But it didn't work out that way. He knew what he was doing. He knew he'd come there just to go and leave, just for the big hoopla incident. It's a big PR stunt more than anything. And no two ways about it. As mad as people are about it, what are they going to do? That's what I really want to know. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene did weigh in as well. They asked him, what kind of crack are you on? I thought that was pretty hilarious. But he stormed in, had his little picture-taking session, listened to about 5 or 10 minutes of people trashing him before they ruled that he was in contempt, and then he burned off. As soon as Marjorie Taylor Greene got into him a little bit.
He's turned Congress into an absolute shit show, quite frankly. And that's
Absolutely.
what it looked like today. So Nancy Mace continued here as she was talking.
You know, Hunter Biden broke the law. He did so deliberately. You did so flagrantly. You showed up on the Hill, on the Senate side, the day of that congressional subpoena to defy it and spit in the face of this committee. That's what you did. The question the American people are asking us is, what is Hunter Biden so afraid of? Why can't you show up for a congressional deposition? You're here for a political stunt. This is just a PR stunt to you. This is just a game that you are playing with the American people. You're playing with the truth. Hunter Biden wasn't afraid to sell access to Joe Biden.
All right, but here's the problem.
I'm going to leave it there, folks. We're going to call it a day with the video, but she's absolutely right. This is a shit show, PR stunt. Republicans are only going to be able to refer a contempt of Congress charge to the Department of Justice, which may or may not pick it up and do something with it. Steve Bannon, Peter Navarro, and many other conservatives have been taxed heavily, including locked up behind contempt of Congress charges for not showing up, for refusing to answer questions without cameras in the room and different specifications. You don't get to decide when you're subpoenaed how the rules are as far as your questioning goes. And that's exactly what Hunter's trying to do. It ain't working. His contempt of Congress charge should stick. But if it doesn't, it will make the Department of Justice look that much worse. It will be so publicized on the news media that if your last name is Biden, the department's got your back. Not just Joe Biden, but obviously Hunter Biden too, by the way they handled this particular situation. A little more exposure. We're going to be hearing two-tiered justice system. The Department of Justice won't spank Hunter Biden for the exact same charges they spanked many conservatives for. That's what's coming, folks. Truth be known. Like, subscribe, and share to Road to Patriots. Hope it was informative tonight. A little bit of stench filled occasionally. Not a bad thing. At least he tells the truth. And that's all I'm looking for when I'm out here searching the web. Everybody have a great day. God bless you. Love each and every one of you. Over and out.